Hey guys, hello again. And today I will tell you about accordions, namely, the difference between the overhead accordion system Roto Fold, for example, and a special accordion system, for example, Alutech BF73. All of these samples are available in our showroom. I'm going to show you all of this right now, visually. Let's start with the budget option, so to speak. This is a window system with Roto Fold overlay hardware, which kind of allows you to make a folding door. As for the window system itself, you can use any system, PDC, aluminum, like Alutech 62, 72, it doesn't matter. You basically choose the system based on thermal performance, your own requirements, with an understanding of whether it's for a residential building, a non-residential building, and so on. And the main thing you need to understand is that you just take a window and attach a bunch of different hardware pieces onto it. Here's the handle, right, and here are the hinges. The hinges are surface mounted. So this hinge is simply screwed on with self-tapping screws, just mounted on top. You can see it here, right? It has a pretty large base. Next, we have the guide rail. There's a guide rail on top, which is also screwed onto the profile. Here, the roller mechanism is also attached to the profile. At the bottom, we see a guide rail that's been screwed in. It's pretty big, quite thick, so you actually have to step over it. And there's also this kind of roller. Everything here is just surface mounted and screwed on. So, visually, this is inferior to Alutech, because all these surface mounted elements don't really look that great. But basically, if your goal is to do something on a budget, this is a perfectly workable option, and it folds up, as you'd expect. This is how it works. So it easily folds up like an accordion, no issues at all. And next, I'll show you the construction of the Alutech BF73 specifically. The Alutech system for accordion doors is not just a window system with some add-on hardware. It's a dedicated system with its own unique profiles, components, hardware, and so on, all specifically designed by engineers for accordion-type systems. Here we can see the hinges. The hinges are very small and have concealed mounting. So, in the previous version, we had an external hinge, but here it's slim, and the hinge mounting is actually inside the profile, right? Here, we don't see any tracks either at the top or at the bottom. In other words, there's no profile being screwed on here. The track that the panels move along is actually the bottom frame itself. So our bottom threshold, that's the frame, and it also serves as the track. Another advantage is that this threshold can be recessed into the floor to a certain depth, so it will only stick out slightly above the ground, about 20 millimeters at most. In other words, the system is really well thought out. It can be up to 3 meters tall. And that other system, Roto Patio, which I mentioned earlier, can only be up to 2.5 meters tall. So with this one, you can make larger structures. So that's basically how it works. It folds up very easily, and the panels move very smoothly. Using this system is honestly a pleasure. It's a really cool, well-designed, high-tech product. That's why it costs more. It definitely has clear advantages. And if you choose an accordion for yourself, then look at the technical characteristics, the place where it is installed, and your wallet, of course. Well, basically, that's the difference I wanted to tell you about. So if you still have any questions, you can reach me on vContact, or you'll find my contact info in the description. Subscribe to the channel. Be sure to like this video, and see you in the next episodes.